Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Shemaine Diamond K. We need your help locating a 50-year-old community leader named Rodney Carr. He's missing Baltimore City. Police have confirmed that they are searching for Rodney Carr. He was last seen December the 27th in the iCARRe Resource Center near West North Avenue. Carr is the founder of the iCARRe Foundation, which provides support services, mentorship, workshops to the Baltimore community. When this story broke that Rodney Carr was missing, I really thought back to the several times that I've had an opportunity to meet him. He's been to the RadioOnFire studios in Baltimore to appear on several of our programs. Let's take a look at his appearance on the RTV Show with Angie Winder.
iCARRe Foundation was created, we're in our 4th year, so in 2014, October 2014. So we're now in our 4th year. It was created, I was working nights for the Washington, D.C. metro system. And one night I just was like, is this it for me? Is this all I'm gonna do? Walking on these cold tracks with minus 10-degree weather, and I just wasn't all that motivated. I knew I had to find an exit plan. I knew this was not gonna be it wasn't my passion. It wasn't my purpose. It wasn't fulfilling. I hated the job. I loved the money, don't get me wrong. That was the easiest 6 figures I could ever make it work. But I hated the job. I hated leaving my family at night, going out on the tracks, coming back in the morning, everybody else doing everything else they was doing with their day while I was sleeping. But I think it was birthed way before that, because maybe even as far back as when I was a kid, because I had a dad who just always would come and collect all the kids in the neighborhood and take us up on the baseball field and play. He'd be the only adult up there playing ball with us, and that's just the type of dad I had. He was very kid friendly, so the apple didn't fall far from the tree. As a youngster, as a young parent, I wanted to feel, I had to find out how to be a father, and I knew that the best way for me to be a dad was to do what I knew what to do. And what I knew, when I came up, I came up as an athlete. I was a soldier, so playing ball. So I got my son involved with sports. He was 5 years old, playing sports, playing basketball, baseball, football, and I was that parent that was on the sideline that was always giving instruction, right? And one day the guys was, and I knew I was extra, because that's just who I am. I'm very extra sometimes. And
it's okay to be extra.
Yeah, but I knew I wanted him to compete, and so I kept giving him instruction, and it was the right instruction, but it wasn't a good look for those coaches. The coaches got kind of upset and was like, man, you think you know everything, won't you come down here and help us? So guess what I did? I got out of them bleachers right then and there, and I started helping, and we started winning. And then the following year, I got my own team, and the rest was history. So from the age of 5 to 15, I had a core group of like 5 or 6 kids, including my little cousin that was more like a nephew to me or a son to me. And those kids went, they was at my house every day, before practice, after practice. I fed them haircuts, clothes, taking some on vacations, all the way up to that core group. They all got into, so when they was 15, they had all got into different high schools, you know. Some like my son went to St. Francis. We had one that went to St. Joe. Another one went to Loyola. So I felt like I had did my due justice. I was like, I'm not that type of coach. I'm not as good as those coaches are. I did my job. So I stopped coaching, and after a while, there was a void in my life. I was missing the kids. I tried to start back up coaching, but it wasn't the same, because it wasn't that core group, and those core groups were my cousin and my son and those kids, so it wasn't the same. But I knew I needed to make a difference, because I knew one of the things that happened was my wife, who's an addictions counselor, she started talking about how they were getting younger and younger coming into the program she was working at. And I started getting involved with the mentoring program at my church at Morning Star. And then I went back to my school, my high school, Baltimore City College, City Forever. Yeah.
No. Look, now we're going to have a problem here.
So I went back to City and got involved with the Alumni Association. I found my niche, which was the young men's group. And I got involved with that. But what I found is the church and the school, they were just, their only thing that they were involved with was the church and the school, right? The school was worried about, the school mentoring group was worried about grades and getting them to college. The church was in that box, Bible and the Jesus. But my thing was going back to what my wife was talking about, how they're getting younger and younger coming into the program. I'm like, what are we doing to help them deal with outside these walls, right? What are we doing with helping them deal with the inner them? And it was like, we need to do more. And it was calling on me to do more. So instead of trying to get them to do more, I decided to do more. So
that's wonderful.
So on those night shifts, I started writing. Actually, let me go back a little bit. I have a good friend of mine who played ball with me up City, class of '88, by the name of Chu Smith. Chu Smith was a former Harlem Globetrotter, and I reached out to him. It was an event that we had at City, and I remember, and I was like, wow, Chu was doing all this incredible stuff, and me and him talked half of that event, and I was just picking his brain. How did you do this? And he was like, man, just let me know. I said, I want to do something like this. He said, well, let me know. So it took about 2 years, and I had created my logo. I had got some different stuff. I knew, because I had an LLC, so I knew I had got my nonprofit. I didn't get my nonprofit status, but what I did is I actually reached out and got some information. And I had my logo on my shirt and my briefcase, and I had my little brochure. And he said he told me to get a meeting, right? But he gave me the number to. I don't even call her his assistant, but she was the nuts and bolts behind Chu Smith, and her name is Karen Bullock. And I was like, you giving me the number to your assistant? Like, but I'm your boy. Like I kind of got offended, right? But I didn't know any better, because now I'm trying to get to that place where, like, call my assistant. I'm tired of all these phone calls, these emails and texts. It burns me out during the day. So I made the phone call in spite of my feelings. And she scheduled a meeting. And I'm like thinking that he wasn't even going to be there, right? I'm thinking, oh, he's so Mr. Important, but he was there. And I'm thinking I got all my stuff together. And I'm thinking I created this program, because I did all this writing in 2 weeks. And I created this program that I was going to be able to support and support his organization, because what I wanted to create was our youth and young adults in the substance use intervention prevention, right? And I thought I had it together, and he started doing this and do this, and I was like, I was heated. I was so heated, right?
He was
but
you.
I didn't show my feelings. I didn't show my emotions. And he was like, that was a good test for you, because he was like, you know how many people come to me for help, and when I take them into the room and I tear them all up, and how they respond is really good as if I'm going to continue to work with them. And I responded like, okay, I'm going to take what you give me, and I'm going to get better, and I'm going to do better.
Right. And
he was like, that was big for me. And they took my hand, because I'm the type of guy, I'm more hands-on. I'm on the job training. I don't do well with books and stuff like that. I got to learn it. I'm a on-hands learner. And I was like, no, you can't call me and tell me to do about that. You have to show me. And that's what they did. They sat down and they took my hand and showed me how to create my business and create iCARRe Foundation and get it better. And over the last 4 years, it's just constantly evolving into something that I couldn't even imagine it being. So now where we at, we have 2 transition houses.
Wow, look at that.
Because what I knew is, when I first started, the mentoring program was the engine, right? We created this mentoring program because I love kids, right? The transition house was supposed to be that was supposed to be my wife, baby. You know, she's the addictions counselor. You're going to do that. And but she's still going to school, right? She's working full-time, going to school, and we got grandkids, right? Wow, like 6. I looked and counted them, and they were like 6. Like, yeah.
6 grandkids.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, 6 grandkids, right?
Right.
That with my eyes, them 2 little granddaughters, them babies, they just get whatever they want from Pop. But to bring it back, right? What happened is the transition, how I knew as we was going through the mentoring program, because that was the first thing for the first 2-3 years in the mentoring program, but we wasn't getting any money. I was writing, but I thought I was a pretty good, no, I'm not the toot my own horn, but I think I'm a pretty good writer. I know I am because I was getting some grants. So I didn't get a grant writer or nothing. I was like, man, I can write. I know how to create the narrative. And but now that we're growing, and it's like, no, I need some real professional help, right, with this. But it's my vision. I got to cultivate the vision, and I need people that can understand and help.
Isn't that hard, though?
Yes.
That's probably my hardest thing to do, is that I know how I want something.
Yeah.
And then now it's, I don't say to depend on someone else, but you have to if you're trying to grow.
But I can't have them write it. I got to write the beginning
draft. Like a draft.
and let them come in
tweak
with
it.
But now that I got some things in place, like some templates that I've used that works, that I can grasp from. If you're learning, if you want to learn something about it, just give me a call, because I'm obligated to teach the same way somebody taught me. Not these so-called consultants who don't even know, don't even get that.
That might be another
Don't even
show.
have no experience in the business, but you're a consultant. I'm not even gonna go there with that. But what we're doing is the mentor program started showing me how the business should be ran, and I thank God for my pastor, Dr. Dante Duckett, because he created that Rites of Passage program at Morning Star. We branched off and started our own church 3 years ago called New Kingdom Faith Christian Church. And he took me under his wing, like literally, like grabbed his hand. And he's one of my best friends, my business partner.
So where's the church located?
The church is located in Glen Burnie. Matter of fact, we just left Severn giving out gift baskets and Thanksgiving baskets and stuff like that. Yeah, so. For me, I have a global mindset. I'm a veteran, right? I've been around the world. What we're building and creating.
Rodney Carr is a pillar in Baltimore. And not only is his family concerned about him, but the greater community that he also serves is uneasy about the news of his disappearance. They've been sharing flyers on social media and just trying to get the word out that we are looking for him. Here's another appearance of Rodney Carr, this time on the Connected Corner with Tori Rose and Kiana B. Jones. Check this out.
Traumatic experience, you decided enough was enough and you were going to start a foundation? Is that what I'm hearing? I
don't even know how it just came to me. I didn't... You just called me up, right? I didn't come up with this. I was called.
You were called.
Right?
I believe that.
I really was called because I come from, on one side of my family, I come from a family of that's deep in ministry, pastors and ministers and deacons and deaconess, and I was that. I'm not gonna say black sheep, but I was that one. My father overdosed, right, and died when I was 12. Wow. I was a lot like my father. I was in the streets. I did the streets. Even though I went to City College, I graduated City Forever. Yeah, watch out.
I'm sorry. Oh my God. Just stop working.
Oh, I gotta plug that.
Listen, there's a technical difficulty. Okay, so
and I'm a veteran. I'm also a veteran.
How old are you?
I'm 48. I had to think.
You did. It's all right. So she can't be upset that you don't remember what year you got married because you don't remember what year you were
born. So I had to really think. Right. I did a lot of damage to these brain cells.
Well, not only that. Let me just say this. Yeah. You are one of the hardest working men I know. Yeah.
I don't know. And let me share something with you. I have not always been this.
Oh, that's fine.
Until I started my own business. Yep. I was the classic C. I was the perfect C student. Wow. If you look at my transcripts, they say 70, 72, 73, 71. Right. That took a lot of genius to be able to get.
You need to be a
to be able to get 7. Right.
That's why you need to be the president.
But to get those, I knew exactly. I was, now that I think about it, I knew exactly what to do and how to do it.
Oh yeah, most
Right.
certainly.
And I was always that never added up to my potential until I was at my knees, until I was at my bottom.
Wow.
And I had to work, excuse my language, but I had to work my ass off to get out of the hole that I put myself in.
My goodness.
Right? So part of that, the hardest part of that was asking for help.
Yeah.
Right? Until I was able to ask for help and actually be the man that I was to receive the help and actually allow the help to help me instead of telling them how to help me.
Yeah.
Because now I deal with so many people who keep telling me, I say, no, you can't tell me how to help you.
That's right.
Right? You can't tell the help how to help you, because if you did, you wouldn't be here.
That's right.
So as part of the organization was created off of my own experiences, because I never want anybody, any parent, any child, I don't want them to go through what me and my son went through.
How old is your son now?
My son is 24 now. He's got 2 kids. My grandkids is the apple of my eye. He's did a complete 180. He goes home every day. We joke about, Dad, yo, you come home on Fridays, right? Got a good woman in his life. Both of his children's mother are awesome parents.
Good.
He's got a good relationship with them. I'm just so proud of, but I understood.
I'm sorry, they said we call it a hard C.
Yeah.
Hard C.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, I hear you.
So, but I had some people who showed me that when you change, everything around you is going to change.
That's good.
When you build and you grow, everything around you, because everything fell around me when I fell. So it was up to me to build it. And that's including all my relationships, the job, my spiritual, my health, my physical, my mental, my son, my wife, my mother, my relationship with my family and friends.
So good.
Everything changed. I'm living the best I ever lived in my life. So we created iCARRE Foundation. Like I said, I work as hard as I work now because I don't know, and because there's so much work to do.
Yeah.
Like I encourage, if you don't become an entrepreneur, find your passion.
Yeah.
I found my passion through pain.
That's right.
And when the pain, as a result of the pain, the passion kept growing, and it's still growing. I don't even know who I am sometimes. It's like I just get up and I go. I love Mondays.
Yeah.
Right? I used to hate Mondays and love Fridays.
Right.
I'd be kind of disappointed on Fridays because I'm like, man, I don't have no meetings scheduled on Saturday.
So how do you remember when it's a Monday? Like most days.
Because of Sunday.
Because of Sunday,
because
church
like
and stuff. Okay.
old heathen me became a deacon.
Hey D, come on D.
Right?
All right, you can cash app this pastor.
So as becoming a deacon and just being my pastor Dante Duckett, who also is a business partner.
Okay.
Right? We
What's his last name?
Dante Duckett.
Duckett. What?
Yeah.
Is he on east or west? Where is he?
We're located in Glen Burnie.
I don't know why that name is so familiar.
New Kingdom Faith Christian, on Dorsey Road.
Dorsey Road. I
yes.
feel like we've been there before.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're actually on McCormick Road. I'm sorry, one of my offices, because we also have our mental health is called Collaborative Healing LLC, and we're located on Dorsey Road. The church is off of Dorsey Road on McCormick. So we're doing a lot because as a church we did a lot of outreach in that community, and what I kept saying is I see those dollars and $5 that people putting in the baskets and stuff, like we can't survive as a church. So I commit 10% of our earnings to our church as a company, right?
Come on, time.
But I knew in the communities that we were serving, because that we was like, oh, we gotta bring more we gotta bring them more, right? So that now, as I speed it up to iCARRE Foundation, so we started with transition houses, right? Because God just sent it on my heart. My current wife, she's an addictions counselor.
Let's not say current wife. This is your wife.
Yeah. Wow, that did sound
I don't know how to
awkward.
get upset. Your current wife, my most recent wife.
Don't worry about it. I might not eat for a week.
My most immediate ex-husband.
So right, but she she helped change my life.
What's her name?
Tammy Carr.
Hey, Tammy Carr. You want to give her a shout out? Wait.
Welcome back. This is just a brief showcase of how important Rodney Carr is to the community and what he has been doing with his time. If you have any information, please contact the police in regards to Rodney Carr's location. Jermaine Diamond K, RadioOnFire.com, TheDiamondKShow.com on all social media at The Diamond K Show. See you guys tomorrow.